Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, thanks for watching. There's been a lot of me doing a lot of nothing. Big plans over Christmas and big plans I was going to change the world. Never happens. Yeah, we've been busy, as usual. I've been busy and I've got fat and fatter and my boobies have grown. Yeah, normal. Race diet's out the window. Was there ever a diet? Don't know. Anyway, yeah, what have we been doing? Well, it's cold, very cold. What have we been doing? So there's a lot going on, a lot of thinking, a lot of this going on, head scratching. Progress, I don't know. Seems to be what's progress? Oh, we got one of these. Oh, got two of them. Damper. That seat, steering column, pedals, steering rack. It's all happening here. Let's just run you through. Right then, let's start here. So yeah, engine's in. It's not magic. It's actually in. It's there. Jaron came and he just went done, basically. No, jokes aside, it was a team effort. He's just great. He really helps me out. I can think the ideas. I can go, cut that. And I'm getting better. My notching's good. It's just not really confident. I'd say that now. I'm more confident now than when we did this. And, well, sorry, he did this. I can glue metal together. It's successful. How pretty is dependent on how tired or how committed I am. But I can glue it together. So, yeah, decisions were made after the powers that be that the governing body, not going to name them, might get me in trouble, said, Mr. No movie engine, not possible. Sorry for anyone that's foreign watching this, but that's just me, sorry. Yeah, so engine had to be fixed in a fixed position, so I just went and threw it in, guessed. Now, there was a little bit of calculations and calculated guesses. The way we achieved that, or the way I achieved it, and then said it's going there, was by putting the car on the corner of its scales. So, thank you, work, Race Shocks, for lending me the scales, because otherwise I would have been a proper gas. So yeah, got all four corners on. Dropped the car onto the scales, and then I crudely, which I think I got a picture of somewhere, or something, I crudely mounted a frame, my wood, made a wooden little just H, I think it was, if I remember rightly, and hung the engine on straps and went, it's going there. Took a measurement reference point, and that's where it is. So yeah, I'll show you some close-ups of what we've done. It took me a few bits of thinking and a bit of cutting and plates and making and whatnot. And then, as I said, Jaron came and went, no problem, drive. Welded it in. I'm mega. I'm so chuffed with it. So initially, if you look at this turbo here, if you want to call it turbo, it's more like a house for a snail. It's massive. Turbo is going to go there. Initially, we're going to put it this side, away from, well, I don't know, that was the initial plan. It was going to go here. Me and my grinder, my favourite tool, we went and we just cut the manifold because I can, sort of thing. Oh, just looking at that. Oh yes, okay. Don't ask me what I'm looking at. Just sound clever when I start talk like that. So I cut the manifold here. The manifold had a 90, which is here. That manifold, if I can line this up, set like so. Well, like that. So the turbo was rotated, and it meant the turbo would have sat back here, which, if we're using this bar, which is now the back of the pickup, as a reference point, that would mean that when Jaron laughs at me and crashes into me for fun, my turbo would have been left on the track. So I guessed it wasn't the best place to put it, because yeah, we do that. I do that. I have rammed him once or twice, not on purpose, obviously. Maybe. Anyway, so yeah, the turbo has been concluded. It's going to go in this vicinity. Hopefully, well, Will, Fab Motorsport, Will, if you're watching, yeah, this is where I want it. The turbo is going to rotate slightly, so it's going to rotate clockwise so that the hot side of the turbo is more in line with the exhaust, and move forward slightly just to have a little bit more protection. That's kind of down to Will, because that is beyond me. There's no amount of cutting and tacking that I can do there. I'm trying, I'm getting there, but it's not quite there yet. So yeah, turbo's gone there. Everyone's been raving at me that it's going to be loud. Oh, it's going to be too loud, and you're going to need 1,300,000 silencers because it's going to not pass noise and everything. So, in fairness, I've taken their advice and I've listened for a change, because I don't like listening. Ask my wife. She'll probably watch this and go, "Ha! Fact." Yeah, I'm not really good at listening, to be honest. So I've gone with 2 silencers. I hate it because I want to hear braps and flames and everything. The initial idea was to have, or what Will suggested was that we'd come out the hot side here, into one silencer, do a U-turn, back out this silencer and exhaust. I don't like that. Don't know why, I just don't like it. It just seems too conventional and too easy, and yeah, not me. So what I'm going to do, and anyone watching that says you're mad, just tell me nicely, don't upset me. Anyone watching that goes, that's not going to work, just tell me. As I said, I'm going to come out the hot side of the turbo. Turbo's going to be over here somewhere, we'll imagine it there. It's going to branch and it's going to go into both silencers so that we get 2 exhaust flames at once. So that's my plan. What else has been going on? Waffling now, so let me go and show you. It's probably easier, so come with me. So a bit less of looking at me, and let me show you. So here is my plan with exhaust. They will exhaust out the side panel behind here, there, and yeah, engine is in. So all these brackets here were all cut by hand and tediously. The engine is hanging from here. There is going to be a support underneath the engine and possibly a diagonal across when I know what sump we're going to use. But yeah, the radiator is going to be packaged there, intercooler above, and yeah, remember I said about packaging? I'm laughing now because I was an idiot. Basically, I thought there's going to be loads of room, loads of space, mate. Nah, there's really not. So turbo I mentioned earlier, radiator, and that bad boy down there. Excuse the cable ties holding things in. So I cut this plate by hand, all with my little grinder and center punch and drill. It's not 100% in some places. It is a smidgy out, so I'm going to have to fly a bigger drill through some of them. But I have a plan. Maybe if I can use my brain, I might make a little spacer to, I don't know yet, we'll work it out. But yeah, so that's got some triangulation there, so it comes down here, ties in from this bar. So this is one whole bar forward to the main beam, ties into the main here, and bit of left to right. I think we're going to put another one up here for the left to right there. What else? Damper, obviously. Hello. So yeah, going to be using my good old trustworthy Nitron dampers. Been great, over the moon with them. Obviously supplied by Race Shocks, myself, Simon, whoever. But yeah, they've been good. They were a turning point in my Class 7. I'm not going to call it career. That's a bit sad, isn't it? But yeah, my Class 7 debut. I don't know, what would you call it? Hooliganism, lunacy. Yeah, when I had the Class 7, the old car first, it was just with bits I had, basically. So I bought a car and had Proflex on it. They were okay, and Simon helped me get them set up, and he helped me understand how they work and taught me, basically. And then I started doing okay. I think that's what the story was, and he kindly supplied me these. So I've never looked back. I'd love to have a Penske. This is the ultimate damper for me, but budgets and that thing there being expensive and that thing there being expensive and the whole car really just getting out of hand, we've got to start somewhere, and there really is nothing wrong with the Nitron. They're a cracking damper to use, very intuitive. They're just every adjustment, so they're independent. The high speed, low speed is independent from each other and rebound. Nothing crosses over. It's a very, very good damper to use and adjust, and they do adjust. That's the most important factor in this. Hypercoil springs. Yeah, that's that really in suspension wise. Oh, roll bar, hello. Yeah, I forgot about you. So I do not like seeing the high level roll bar and drop link in well, any form of class, really, 5 or 7. I like things to be neat. I like things to be packaged nicely. Anything up above body level really grates on me. I'm hoping, my aim is to have just the intercooler on display, is my plan. Whether we achieve that is another thing. I have fought my requests long and hard, and we have decided that I've decided that the roll bar is going to go on the low side there, and probably going to run a blade and a solid bar one side, blade the other side. So I'm hoping that'll work. It should do. I'm going to be running, I don't know where I've put them now, but this is a 19mm bar, or 3/4, and going to be put in 2 clamps basically. So I'm going to have one there, which is the 19, and then I'm going to have another clamp alongside, literally alongside, or at least have the plate welded in, to run a 16mm bar, so I can swap and change. My idea really was to run it so low is that I have an idea for a time. So my thought is that we can literally, with the chassis in its position, hopefully slide the bar out the side of the car and not have to really adjust much. It should just be coming out the side of the wheel hatch, was the thought. Whether I actually change it is another thing. I mean, that's a very, very step ahead of where we need to be, and a thought for future. Yeah, seat is in its final resting place. Pedals and steering column. I am still resembling a piece of origami in there, but that's the best I can do. We've achieved the desired head height, and yeah, Meg fits as well, which is a biggie for me. Even though she goes, "Oh, don't build a car around me," it is a biggie for me. This is going to be she doesn't. I don't know what her thoughts are, but she'll have a go, I think, even if it's at home here, and if Meg's dad allows us to have a blast around the field, that'd be nice, just for her to say she's driven it. If she races it is another thing, but it would be nice to get back to how we used to be in the micro days. That was some good times, and it'd be nice for the kids to see, I think. And Kelt is always talking about, oh, Mammy and Daddy racing, and I'm like, it's special. It's how I grew up, and I'd love for my kids to have that same sort of upbringing. Whether they enjoy it is up to them. But yeah, so that's in. A few more alterations to do and mount the dash. Yeah, we're getting there. Door bars next, and then floor. So yeah, we're getting there.